Hello, and welcome to my series. I'm a snowflake Iron Man that is locked in the region of Asgarnia. I have a few exceptions to that rule, which I will explain in a bit here. The rules for Asgarnian Iron go as followed. No gear shall be obtained outside the borders of the Kingdom of Asgarnia. No looting for out-of-area tasks, which I am allowed to do. A Vanica task if it is within my region, and only after completing 9 Turiel tasks in a row. In this screenshot here, you'll see the completion of Goblin Diplomacy and the start of my crafting grind. My first beginner clue actually was leather chaps, and there's no tannery inside the region of Asgarnia besides the crafting guild, so I have to get 40 crafting in order to complete that clue. It didn't really amount to anything, but my fourth clue in from Hill Giants turned out to be a massive gain with 2 different elemental staffs and monk robe bottom teeth. It was then I was able to hit 70 crafting and craft my first ever amulet of power. You can see me here going to the furnace in Falador, which is my only available furnace, and crafting my first amulet of power, which is a new best in slot compared to the amulet of defense, which I had for ranged before. And right here is the end of my short term grind and the fruits of my labor, which is 71 crafting. I did it through a combination of charter ships and rogue's den wall safes because they give a decent amount of gems and a good bit of passive thieving XP. I found, though, towards the end of that grind that it really wasn't worth it, but I definitely have a nice little collection of gems now because of it, which will be good for jewelry in the future. I originally had leather vambraces, a green d'hide chaps, a coif, and a studded body before 71 crafting. And with this upgrade, it's new best in slots with full blue d'hide and Mitsubo, which will make my future Slayer and PBM grinds that much easier. I was joined here by my buddy Sneaky Teak, who has been a massive help on this account so far. I then decided to complete Recruitment Drive, which netted me 9 agility levels and full initiate, which was a new best in slot for me. I jumped on the crumbled wall in Falador until 10 agility, and then realized this grind was not for me and decided to make the first exception on the account and went to Draenor, locking myself in there for a week, going from 10 to 50 agility and dropping all marks of grace received at the end. In this clip here, I'm killing the giant mole for the second time with much better gear. The original time was a tough go. On to the Mogre grind. So there's a few reasons why I'm actually killing the Mogres. One obviously being the range XP, which is nice. I'm using the throwing knives and black darts, which I obtained from the Defender grind. I figured it would be the most efficient way. I'm looking for a few drops here. I'm looking for raw swordfish and raw tuna, which will give me decent cooking XP. Otherwise, my only real viable cooking XP is from Intrana fishing trout and salmon, which is going to be kind of slow and take a good while, but we'll see how the Mogre grind works. The reason I need a higher cooking level is for summer pies. Summer pies are my best energy restore method in my area due to being locked out for Mortmire fungus and stamina pots. This is just a good little summary of the bank that I have obtained so far in the account. It's nothing special and it's an absolute hot mess, but feel free to just browse at it at your leisure. There's a few like useless things in here to add to the bank value, but I figure why not? I can't really use them, but it adds to the bank value, which always kind of looks nice. There's nothing, you know, too spectacular about it, but I figure people would want to know. A lot of the gems in my crafting tab are actually from doing the Rogue Sten wall saves, which was, in the end, an extremely big waste of time. So, thought you guys would enjoy just seeing this whole bit. And right here's me picking up the first Mark of Grace. As I said before, I had dropped all previous Marks of Grace from the Draenor exception because I figured that was the only reasonable solution. And here's me about halfway, I want to say, through the grind. And here's me picking up the last Mark of Grace. Thankfully, you guys only had to experience this in a few seconds here. And here's me picking up the full set of Graceful. This is a really big help for a lot of future grinds on this account. And Mouse Cream was the only person that was able to attend my full Graceful party, which was super unnecessary. But thank you for coming, Mouse. You've been super helpful as well on this account. Back on that Slayer grind, this is me checking in with Chaldar here, realizing that I have such a terrible task from Turiel. I'll never actually get a task from Chaldar. Finishing off that terrible, terrible task that gives so little XP. Super worth it. Oh, yeah, wow. Onto Ghosts, I believe? Oh, yeah, fun stuff. Man, this Slayer grind's gonna be a blast, guys. I'm so excited for it. Yeah, same Ghost. Oh, Bird's task. Dude, the fun never stops in Asgarnia, I'll tell you what. Back on that Slayer grind, this is me checking in with Chaldar here, realizing that I have such a terrible task from Turiel. I'll never actually get a task from Chaldar. Finishing off that terrible, terrible. And here's me going back to Turiel so he can tell me to go kill scorpions because he hates my guts. Here's me finishing off the scorpion task. I usually go for just the king scorpions for better Slayer XP. It takes a little while longer, but that's not a big deal. And this is the ninth task in the streak. And here's me going to old Vanica, who just spit my face with this final task. And completing the full Prospector set. It's about time. It actually didn't take that long. Giving you a nice full view of it right here. And I figured while I'm at it, I might as well test my RNG for the old Onyx. I know it's probably not going to happen. Huh, at least I got a D-Stone, that's pretty cool. And with this pay dirt, 70 mining. To get teak off my back, 23 farming. After a decent little grind, filled the little hopper right here. And 72 mining achieved. That gets me access to the upper floor, and here's me paying the 100 nuggets so I can get access to the upper floor. Pretty cool. Since runes are pretty scarce in Asgarnia, I'm gonna be killing some dark wizards. While trying to gather runes for the account, I was able to get 59 range. If you look into my inventory, this is the end result of the rune grind. So this is actually kind of funny. I was trying to grind out some Warrior Guild tokens on the account, and using the old myth set, went AFK for a little bit too long and wound up losing the full helm and plate body. So the only way for me currently to get that is to actually kill these Birthorp's guards. It doesn't take long, but it took me a solid 45 minutes actually to get both the full helm and plate body back. Thought you guys would get a kick out of that. And coming into the Cyclops grind, and we get 70 strength, which is a pretty big level on the account, and my first 70 combat stat. After weeks of not getting an XP random, I finally get one of the tomes, which will actually bring me up to 9 hunter. I am currently lamping to 17. Coming in with 27 farming to wrap up the video. That's my first step towards summer pies. I'd just like to thank everyone for taking time out of their day for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. Thank you.